So basically what I thought I'd do today is tell you a little bit about my story, how I got to where I am today, what's motivated me. And then I thought if you have any questions that you want to ask, then if you do a question and answers, I'd love to. So basically for me it all started when I was 7 years old, and the answer I gave was that I wanted to be a news reporter when I grew up. Now I'm not sure there are many 7-year-olds who stand up in front of a class of 32 children and say, I want to be a news reporter. But I don't know what it was just something as a child, every night we'd sit down and watch the news. It was an important part of our life. It was what was going on in the world. And I just thought, that's what I want to do. And of course, I grew up in that era, probably like you guys, where television was huge, and obviously things have changed a lot. But it was just a real part of our family. And I know that makes it sound like a really bad dysfunctional family, which I did. My family was wonderful. But TV was very much part of it. So at 7 years old, I said, I'm going to be a news reader. And that never left me. Throughout my teenage years, I wanted to get into news, to be a presenter, to share people's stories with so many more people. And I always had this belief that I'd do it. And I don't know where that came from. I like to think it wasn't an arrogance. It was just something I always knew I was going to do. And I remember having a careers talk when I was 16, and my careers teacher said, "What can you do?" And my careers teacher said, "That's very difficult. I think you need to have a backup plan." And I said, "No, I don't want a backup plan because that's what I'm going to do." And she sort of looked at me as if I was saying, "Well, I knew she wasn't going to get anywhere, so let's do it, really." And then I did my A-levels, and when I was doing my A-levels, I did very well in school, but I didn't feel ready to go on to university. I just knew I needed to find who I was and had a fun time at school, but I never really felt like I reached my potential in school, and I didn't feel that going on to university was like secondary, so I took a year out, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I was just taking a year out. My parents were petrified. Yes, you've got to do something. So I enrolled on a course fully around Hamburg and went like doing radio gyms. But I knew I wanted to do more than that. So I applied to those organisations, and Red Dragon FM got back to me and said, well, I've done something. So I'd written a letter saying I just used to work experience. And there were, I sat down at this meeting with this woman who had the CV and my covering letter that I had written. And there was a big red pen around 3 words because I'd had 3 spelling mistakes. And I thought, well, that's a good lesson to know. It's really written. But she said, come in and do some work experience for a week and we'll see how it goes. So we spent a week making coffee, photocopying, and by the end of the week I said, I'm taking a year out, and I'll do that next week. And so next week it's in a few months. So I've been there for 3 months, photocopying, staying there, getting lunch from the boss, covering the receptionist when she was on her lunch break. Not paid, but I loved it. I loved being in that environment. I just loved the way that it worked, that the people who were there were so passionate about it, but enjoyed it. It was more than a job, it was a lifestyle. One day I was sat with a lovely sales girl called Fiona, and she said, well, why don't we come in on a Wednesday? Because I only did 4 days a week. I saw on a Wednesday, and I said, you should be in our newsroom. She said, with the guys. So I went in there, and that was it. For the first time in my life, I really felt like I belonged somewhere. And I'd never, like I said, I'd never not had friends. I'd never been that kid on my own. But I'd always felt a bit different. And for the first time, I thought, this is right for me, and I loved it. And they trained me up, and after a couple of months, I became a track and travel presenter, doing all the traffic news. And then I was going out also doing sort of reports and things, and just loved it. And I remember sitting down with the boss, and I applied to university, and I wanted to go away to university. Why am I going to university? Because I'm going to university, I want to go to university to get the job that I'm doing now. And he said to me, he said, I'd give you a job tomorrow, but I feel like you need to live longer here. So he said, go off to university, but if you want, instead of going away, go to Cardiff and you can carry on freelancing for us. That's what I did. So I worked all through university, Red Dragon FM. One of the girls there then came to Waves, so I went to see on and went to university for my postgraduate, so my undergraduate in economics. that's on my journey. I fancy being a business. And then I was getting ready for my postgraduate, and some guys with the Red Dragon had gone to HTV and they said, they still come and do some great experience through the weeks there. And at the end of the week, the boss said, we're really short staffed, you stay on for the rest of the summer and pay you. So that's what I did. Went on to my postgrad ITV, and then they took me on full time. So I ended up working at ITV Wales for 10.5 years. Became a reporter, I said West Wales correspondent, and then became health correspondent afterwards, which I loved. That was just my absolute passion for doing health stuff. I never realised how much I wanted to do it. I'd never set out to do it, but that role just kind of fascinated me and I loved it. But after 10.5 years, I decided it was time to move on and do something different, and I took the bold decision to leave without anything to go to, because I was looking at jobs at the time and I felt I wasn't really with my heart into applying. I didn't really feel like people were seeing the best of me, and I just thought, do you know what? I remembered that 7-year-old child, and I think at times through that 10.5 years at ITV Wales, I sometimes got caught up in the politics of the place, I sometimes got involved with other people's problems, and I had some issues with my personal life, and sort of like going out with others, still working with and split up. So there was all that kind of thing, and I never let it affect my work, but in myself I wasn't really happy. And about 3 months before I decided to leave, I actually was sent on a talk with ITV Wales, which was with a life coach, talking about positivity and how you can actually, set goals for yourself. And so I went home, and it was actually my birthday, and I did a collage of what I wanted to achieve in the next year. A new job, a new house, getting a dog, all these kind of things. I put it on the wall, and I just thought, I'm going to do this. And I remember, like I said, being that 7-year-old child, thought, I've been a newsreader. I didn't let anyone stop me. I didn't let anyone else's prejudices or anyone else's fears or anyone else's feelings stop me. Where's that problem? Why have I lost that? So I'm just going to get back to it. That's what it is. I left time too long, I didn't know where to go. And I ended up freelancing. I worked on the Prime Watch Road show for BBC, then became a producer and reporter on the Wales Report through Edwards, and did some media training and just really was in. And all of a sudden got an approach from a guy who was setting up Made in Cardiff TV, which is a brand new channel, and he approached me and he said, we want you to be the face of our magazine programme, we want you to basically launch the channel and the office. And I went, wow, there's quite a lot of emphasis, it's a small channel, these things hadn't, the first one in Wales, never happened in Olivia, a couple started in England with very mixed reviews, some people very well, some people very bad. Why not? It'll be fun. So I said to the boss at the time, so I was enjoying freelancing, so I give you 6 months. 6 months became a year, became 18 months. And then in January, which was just before Christmas, so coming to my 18 months, I still my 18 months, I need to move to the next challenge. Because I was loving what I was doing, but I knew it was great fun, but I knew it wasn't really what I wanted to do. My passion is, like I said, documentaries, telling people's stories that can help side things, and I'm not going to anything else. So I had done a series of makeup as well on the night show called Animal Sanctuary, which I love. Just not wanted more of that kind of thing. So I left in January and set up my production company called National Creative Journalism. And so far it's gone really well. We've had a couple of hiccups along the way, like I said, I've had a fall and do it myself, so I haven't been able to do this for a long time. But actually it's been quite nice because it's been going alongside all of that, and even at my sort of darkest times of my media, like I'm quite impressed when I can even walk up the stairs, I'm quite impressed when I go into the shower and all those kinds of things. We haven't been together very long at the time, but it was nice because I knew it made me realise it made me realise how comfortable I am with the business, and that it wasn't a chore because of a lot of pain that I was getting. So about a month after my accident, so just before I had my operation, I got my Space Commission, which is a documentary series, which is still like in the Sahara Desert. So Secretaries out to the Sahara, still three parts of which is a brilliant reaction to. I'm working now on a series of short features, which I'm hoping that will be picked up by a Netflix channel, and then there's that history. Some local sponsorship to make that work. And also just using my time to work on things that I want to work on and I love. I'm volunteering at an animal sanctuary, sex and love animals, and I just want to go back. The woman who runs it is just doing incredible things. I want to do a documentary about her, so it's never tasted it. I'm now working on pitching that and trying to get investment and making this program. Because I think what's great is that the industry has changed so much from when I was 7 years old, my parents don't sit down to watch programs. But it becomes so much more acceptable and there are so many more platforms out there. And I think, particularly to the younger generation, and they want to watch online, they want to watch on Hashtag, they want to watch short videos here and there. And I think the timing of my business, what I want to do is embrace all of that and really get involved and not see it as, oh, well, that's a not so good version of the TV. I actually think that's the future. TV will never become obsolete, but the way we engage with it, the way we watch it, the way we consume it is changing and will change. And it might be at the start of that. There's been some great content made where people have a passion for something and they make that content and they have people like myself to make that content and they put it out there and it just reaches that audience in that social awareness and then gets picked up by the more traditional media. And I just think I can be involved in that. I have to believe I remember that 7-year-old girl and I know that when I'm 47, I will be making programs that I love, that people love and really inspire from people want to be part of. So that's my ambition, that's my goal. I'd say I hope I do it, but I kind of know myself I will. And I hope that doesn't say it sound arrogant. I hope that doesn't piss off. But I think that's why, I was grateful for the opportunity to talk today because I believe that I'm very lucky. My parents have always been this role, always been for me. They've never crushed my dreams. And I think that I have achieved an awful lot. I'm very proud of what I've achieved. I know I've still got a lot to live, a lot to give. And if I can just help other people think that, yeah, I can do that, or even facilitate it through my company, making more content, and I think that actually, I would have done something great. TV's often brought into quite shallow, but actually there's a little part to it, and if you can bring that, and that's when you just have really, really passionate. So that's who I am. That's what I want to do. Woo! That was brilliant. Well done.
Questions?
Any questions about
So if someone was to come to you, somebody, let's say a friend, was to come to you with an idea, sounds like I'm part of that, idea for a program. Wrestling with Chaz and was to come to you with an idea for a program, would you be able to work with that person to help get it?
Yeah, so there are a couple of ways you can work it, and it depends what you want. So I think there are still some ideas that very much work with the traditional media. And there are also some other programs that actually that new way of working is the way to do it. So for example, if you or your friend came to me with an idea, and what we do is we sit down and say, right, what is this idea? What do you want? What are you going to do? And it might just be that it's something that you have a passion for and you want a bit of advice from me on how to do that, and I can do that. Or you might say, I really want to get this program made, and we work through it. And what I'm really keen to do is, again, television can be very expensive, but with the changes in technology and the way you can make it relatively cheap. I mean, I'm not saying it's very good program, but relatively cheaply you can make programs. So, we sit down and say, right, what's your budget? How do you want to do it? What do you want to work? And so, we talk a lot in the industry about taste of film. So, a taste of film is a little sort of minute of footage. Yeah, exactly. And it just shows, it tells a story. And I've done a few of those. So, I did one, a mosque in Cardiff. They wanted to show that they are part of the community and they're very against sort of extremism. and we actually pitched that to the BBC, but we met some of the characters from the mosque and just had that feel of real people. So we spent a day filming, did the filming in the mosque, went to the homes of a couple of the guys, and I actually hit man of the mosque on Facebook, like looking on Facebook at people who were Muslim, like celebrities, and he was a great character. And we just used a little bit of that, but we mixed that with the services as well, just to give a little flavour of what they do. And that, you put that on social media, a minute for social media, a minute for the internet. People don't want to watch them. If it's really engaging, possibly 2 minutes, but that's your active access, and then you don't do it. So basically we put together, we'd make a taster film, and then it would depend what you want to do next. If you wanted to make something longer, maybe we'd use the taster film then to pitch for investment to make a half-hour documentary that we might put on Vimeo, or we might put on an online channel, or you might say, right, well, let's pitch this to someone who wants to It's not Anna Mariclare. No, I did years ago when I was at ITV, and she was fabulous, and the place was incredible. What she's doing is amazing.